So almost at the end now. Line number 7. The letters are not arranged according to sound. So these are a bit like the first line. These letters are kind of the leftovers after the rest of the alphabet has been arranged according to their sound. So this line is Yaya, Rara, Lalla, Vava, Rara. And Yaya looks very similar to Papa or Dada, except it has this little notch at the bottom right corner. So I'm going to look there. Yaya. Bit like the letter Y in English. So it's almost exactly like writing Dada, except you've got this notch or this dent in the bottom right corner. You can do it straight, curve back up, do this horizontal little dent, and then do this vertical line down to connect it up. Or if you want, you can curve it out a little bit like the other Papa, Kaka, Tata, those kind of letters. So this is Yaya. Some words beginning with Yaya are Yad. Yad is memory, recollection. Yad karna means to remember. Yaqeen. Yaqeen is kind of certainty or confidence or trust, belief in someone or belief in something. Yaqeen. Yud. Yud is a battle or a war. Yud. And Yari. Yari is friendship or love. So Yari. Letter 2 in line 7, so letter 32 overall, is Rara. Rara is very easy to write. It's a bit like letter R in English, and it looks very similar to haha, except we close that horizontal bit across. So Rare, nu måste inlik there. Horizontal at the top, and then starting at the top right. It's a bit triangular, I guess. Rara. It can also be round if you want. Rara. If you want, you can lift your pen. If you want, you can do it in one single stroke of the pen. Rara. So Jari likh diya. Rara. Remember, keep saying these letters when you're writing them. Rara. Rara. Some words beginning with Rara are roti. Roti is food, or it can refer specifically to a chapati. Roti is kind of the flatbread that you used to eat sabjis or curries and things with. Roti. But generally you can use it to refer to a meal. For example, sham di roti is like dinner, evening meal. Rang. Rang is colour. Rang. Rumal. Rumal is a handkerchief. Rumal. Rasoi. Rasoi is kitchen. And then we have lalla. Lalla is like letter L. Lalla looks very similar to nunna, except instead of a straight vertical line here, we have a little triangle. So look into the kida. Horizontal line at the top. In the middle you do a little triangle, can be like a semicircle if you want. And then do the curves on either side and make sure they don't touch in the middle. Lalla. This one looks a bit more like a cross. I suppose if you wanted, you could write it like that, but that's not very common. Lalla. This one's a bit too flat. Lalla. Again, I think this is one which might sometimes get mixed up with nunna, so make sure when you're revising them, keep pointing out the differences between letters that look similar. Lala. I think I've made the little triangle at the top too small compared to how big the rest of the lines are. But this is lala. And words beginning with la include lat. Lat is leg. Lakir. Lakir is a line. Lila. Lila is a lamb. And loon. Loon is salt. Letter number 34, or the fourth letter in line number 7, is vava. It's like a V in English. Vava. And it's very similar to Nunya, except we don't do this second vertical line here. So vava likh diya. If you want, you can do it in one single pen stroke like this. Or if you want, you can lift up your pen. So do the horizontal line at the top, and then starting at the top right, do a tiny little vertical, it can be slightly angled inwards line as well. Then you come in and do like a mirror image of the number 3, but it's a bit more squished than the number 3 would be. फिर तो लिखते हैं Vava inch. Vava. Yeah, usually there shouldn't be a gap in the middle. And no loop either, so these are good examples of how not to write Vava. Slightly better. Sometimes people make the second loop a little bit smaller. Vava. Okay, some words beginning with Vava include Val. Val is hair, as in the hair on your head. Val. Vidya. Vidya is education, knowledge. Vidya. Veer. Veer is brother. I guess it's a bit more formal compared to bra. So normally you'd ask someone, "Tode kitne behen bra hain? How many brothers and sisters do you have?" Veer is also a word for brother. Maybe a bit more formal. You might call your brother Virji out of respect, adding G at the end. And Vari. Vari is turn, as in your turn to do something. Vari. Now we have letter number 35, the very last letter in line 7. And this is Rada. This is perhaps a bit similar to how you say Narna, but where with Narna, it's a bit like you're saying Nanna, but you're flicking your tongue. This is a bit like you're saying Rara, but you're flicking your tongue. Rada. Rada. So you flick your tongue, you curl it a little bit, you flick it against the front teeth, or the roof of your mouth, and then you flick it so that it touches your bottom teeth. Rada. Rada. No words begin with this letter in Punjabi, apart from in the Guru Granth Sahib Ji. Usually it just comes in the middle or the end of a word. Rada. And the way it looks is very similar to tatta, but you add these two, maybe you can call them little legs at the bottom of the letter. So it's like tatta with 2 legs. So Nunj Likida. Do number 3 or letter tatta, and then do a tiny loop to do the first leg, and then another one. And they're at a bit of an angle, so they're a bit diagonal. They're not completely vertical or horizontal. Rara. You can lift your pen up if you want. It doesn't have to be in one. Yeah, so like that. 1, 2, so you can do it in 1, 2 and 3 strokes of the pen, or you can do it in just 2. 1 and 2. Practice writing this and pointing out the difference to yourself in between rara and tatta in the way you write it, and the difference between rara and rara in the way you say it, and I guess the difference between nana and rara, because sometimes the pronunciation can get mixed up a little bit. Rara. So no words begin with this letter, but some words which use the letter include gorda. Gorda is bitter. Gorda as in bitter foods like grille, or I guess some medicines. Gorda. Gorda is a horse. Beard. Beard is a pain or an ache or distress. And dur. Dur is dust.